When I walked the streets of Beirut after the blast, the first thing I did is cry, because you cannot imagine the feeling. We just stood up in front of it and said, no way, it's not happening to us. No way, no way, no way. It's unbelievable, the amount of damage, the people, the blood everywhere, shattered glass. It was beyond imaginable. Today we speak about it probably with a smile. Today we speak about it and say we're finding our ways to rebuild again. But the first minute, the first day, the second morning was beyond words can describe. You cannot imagine.
Did it seem very surreal at the time?
Way surreal. I thought views like that would only happen in movies. I thought you would only see that amount of destruction in movies. Imagine 6,000 households exploded at the same minute. So imagine that.
Where were you at the time of the blast?
We were home, probably 15 to 20 kilometers away. The house moved like an 11 or 8 earthquake, and then definitely all of Lebanon put on the news, and what we saw was, oh my God, no, this is not happening to us. It's definitely a dream. You know the feeling? No. You cannot imagine.
What is the current situation in Lebanon like right now?
The problem that Lebanon started a hard economical crisis as of October, and then came that big blast in August, and the economical crisis continued on going down and down again. And we've all discussed that probably in June, but no one talked about it openly on the news, saying that we still didn't feel the economical crisis. We will in winter time, and this is what's happening now. We moved from Beirut to thinking about Lebanon. People focused on Beirut. This is normal because we had 200 deaths and a lot of damage, but we tend to forget Lebanon. So what's happening today is that people are going back to schools, people are going back to winter habits. It's not hot as much as it was, so we're planning for winter, schools, buying new clothes and so on. And it's way more than only focusing on food. So what's happening now is the economical crisis is hitting us very hard, very hard. And what Lebanon needs is international support to buy food, house needs, school registrations, clothes for kids, and every single thing of life that is way more than only sending support to Beirut to close the houses and install new glasses or send food supplies. What's hitting today is the daily life of at least one of 3 Lebanese households.
Indeed, the situation is very dire. Now, just quickly going back to the devastation, you have obviously seen a lot of people, and you've seen some very sad stories. Can you tell me what you found to be the most devastating part of it all?
I cannot describe only one. I can tell you that people have lost everything. Until the 4th of August, many said, we've lost our country, we've lost our food, we've lost our money, we've lost our credibility, we've lost our love for each other, we've lost lots of things. And until the big explosion, people lost their homes. So they were sitting in their homes, they were sitting safe between 4 walls and saying, whatever happens outside the 4 walls, with all the corruption happening, I'm at least safe in my household. And what happened is that people lost their homes. What the news is not talking about much, definitely we talked about 200 people who died, but we didn't talk about more than 6,000 injured people who lost their eyes, their feet, their hands, and a lot of injured people. So imagine between losing a friend, having an injury, not having money to build a new house, not having money to buy food, not having money to support your kids. So it's a big challenge of continuing to live and keeping that positivity going.
Indeed. Anthony, can you tell me a little
I've started two initiatives that started before the 4th of August and continued. One called من كل لبنان and another one called كولو طعمة. So من كل لبنان is buying moune and local produce from one village to the other. So buying from one and giving to the other, buying from artisan, buying from housewives, buying from people who are working and trying to support the local economy, and distributing to other villages of people in need or not being able to buy moune for winter. The other initiative is called Kolo Tame, which was based on how can you eat and invite someone with you and give in return. So supporting as much as I can. And on the 4th of August, starting a PayPal fund. More than $70,000 were sent to me personally due to the trust of people in what I do, and I distributed them in Lebanese liras, that's times 7,000, and trying to go into every single household I know, or buying food, or buying glass, or buying or trying to restore something. And what we've done since October, not only 4th of August, was very big. I can tell you many interesting stories, of which Ali, the taxi driver who lost his car, so I bought a car for him. 152 households on Rabat Street. We bought 3 elevators for them for the buildings, and we got donation for another 4. So 7 elevators will be installed as of next week. Lots of things, lots of things, but mainly, as I said before, focusing more on Lebanon than Beirut, not forgetting Lebanon. So now, as we speak, I'm going to distribute 100 food boxes for families. This morning I've distributed 200. Tomorrow I am doing another 200. In 2 days I'm going to a lady buying a Sawt oven for her because she lost hers, and trying to help her start a new business. Buying moune as much as I can and supporting the local economy, and finishing the produce of agriculture we all talked about this summer. So as much as I can on a small scale, I would say. Doing the food blogging I've always done. Supporting people, showing the true Lebanon and the beauty of Lebanon while making a difference.
That's amazing. I especially love the way that you are encouraging local communities and people and families to get involved, and I love that it's such a grassroots approach to solving this problem. You've always been a very optimistic person, especially when it comes to food and culture, and I want to ask you now, how can Australians support Lebanon and support these people, and how can Sawt el Ghad help in this time?
It is very easy. Let me tell you something. We've lost a devaluation of our money, of our monetary value, that is huge. So imagine $1 is 7,000 Lebanese lira. So imagine, let me tell you something. I'm going today to buy 100 boxes of food. Each is 100,000, okay? 100,000 Lebanese is only $15. So imagine you're paying only $15 to buy food for a family for a week value or 2 weeks value of food for only $15. So people who want to help can help in a million ways, or just support a family in need in Beirut, or buy weekly doses of food boxes, or restore one single household in Beirut. You know, the elevators that we fixed, each one cost only $2,000 to fix. Only $2,000 to fix. So the amounts are really small. The amounts are little, tiny compared to the huge impact you can create. So people in Australia, we invite you to choose people you trust in families, associations, delivery sites, and so on, and send them your money, and small amounts can make a big difference. Yesterday I was in Tripoli. I gave the lady 13 million. 13 million is only $2,000. With $2,000, she fed 300 people. We had 100 gifts for children in schools, another 50 gifts for babies. We bought also 100 boxes of food for families, and a full equipment for a kitchen. All of this for $2,000. So people who want to help can help in very small amounts, making a big difference.
Amazing, and it really does go a long way, and we're definitely going to put these details up on our socials so that people can
this is very important. And excuse me, for in Arabic we say give people the, how would I say, give people the الصنارة مش السمكة. يعني عطون الصنارة مش السمكة. So it's very important to buy from local people. It's very important to support the local economy. Okay, it's very interesting. Thank you every single person around the world that sent us food. But food is not enough. We need to support local economies. We need to push people to work more, to be more يعني يطلعوا مصاري لبيتهم اكثر. Be more productive. So sending money is not only sending money in a way of why would we send you money, let us send you food. Food again is important, but people have other needs and they can get their own needs with بكرامتهم. This is very important. لبنان عنده كرامة كتير حلوة بكرامتهم if we buy from them, and that's what I'm focusing on.
Anthony, I want to ask you one last question. If you can explain to us just how big the magnitude of this problem, how big is the problem, and is there a solution? Is it achievable to fix them?
Wow, the problem is huge. The problem is tremendously huge because unfortunately Lebanon was built for the last 20 years focusing on tourism, and overnight tourism has stopped locally and internationally. We were not ready to export food, we were not ready to build, we were not ready to create, and now all the country is being reshuffled to plant more into agriculture, into more factories, into more diversifying the income, other than talking from the hundreds of millions of dollars the politicians stole. But on a local basis, the thinking of people needs to change, and that would need time. Meanwhile, we used to import more than 80% of our food and produce, and that was on $1 equals 1,500 Lebanese lira. Today $1 is 7,500 Lebanese lira. So people, let's say you had a salary of 2 million. Today 2 million, which used to be $1,300. Today your salary is $300. So imagine, we have a big problem. We are in a deep crisis. Definitely we'll go out of it, and soon. What we need is international support. We need to work. We need to start by thinking personally what we can do. And every time I say to a person I meet, ask yourself what you did and not what the country did for you. ساعد حالك تنسي بساعدك. Aide-toi et le ciel t'aidera in French. So we need to start working on each other. We need to start waking up to the fact that we have a problem, and then international support will make the big difference.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much for being with us on Sawt el Ghad, and we hope to have you back again, and we hope that there are brighter days ahead for Lebanon as well.
Thank you so much. It was planned for me to come back to Australia in September. Unfortunately, cancelled due to COVID-19. But the first time I'll be visiting again, hopefully next year. I'll start by meeting you guys. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you for calling me.
We would love to have you next year. Can't wait.
Ciao, ciao. Thanks.